When I first got my 4Runner, one of my dream upgrades was a rooftop tent. We're just not gonna spend that much time camping, so to have a tent on the top of the roof all the time just didn't make sense. It made sense as far as camping goes because when you're ready for it, you just pop it up and it's ready to go. And that's the thing that makes those so appealing. But PureBox just sent me what is probably the easiest tent in the world to set up. And I don't have to have it on top of my roof all the time. It can just go with me wherever I want, but it pops up in about the same amount of time as a rooftop tent would. Let's take a walk out back and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Like I said before, one of the beautiful things about the rooftop tent is ease of setup when you want to use it. Unfortunately, you have to attach it to the roof of your 4Runner, and that takes some doing. And then on top of that, it has to stay up there for you to be able to use it. This, you can just throw in the back of your 4Runner. It's ready whenever you want, and you never have to attach it to your vehicle. But on top of that, it's so much easier to set up than your average tent. I'm gonna just go through what's in the package and show you how to set it up real quick. And I'm just gonna dump it all out right here. You've got that one pole that I talked about that is used for the awning. Of course, this is gonna be our bag of stakes, our straps with the clips. This essentially sits in front of the tent. It's like a doormat, basically. This is gonna be your Rainfly. And of course, we have the tent itself. Now, before we do anything else, let's just go ahead and set the tent up. The hardest part here is gonna be literally untying the straps. There we go. You're gonna see what I mean in just a second. Because we're gonna set this down on the ground, spread it out. When I told you it's easy, I meant it's easy. It's essentially up. And I've got a couple little things to do, but essentially it's ready. All four sides have these poles built in. You essentially just press that button, pull it, and lock it out. Put in your 4 stakes on each side. Not too hard, depending on your ground. If you're anything like me, the hardest part about this is keeping your dogs out of the tent while you're trying to put it up. You may or may not even need to use the wind ropes, but if you do, even they clip on and stake down to the ground just as easy as the tent. And the Rainfly is the only thing that needs a pole, and other than that, it clips onto the tent. You have a clip on every corner of the Rainfly, and you just clip it right there, and then pull the corner down. The only pole that we have to insert in the whole thing is this one. And this is just gonna go in right here in this front portion. So hopefully you can see what I've done here. There's just a little spot for it to go through right there, and then you just put it in. So there's a rivet here. Then on this side, there'll be one too. And essentially the only tying that you actually have to do to this whole tent is on the Rainfly itself. All right, I do wanna be clear, I'm not a Boy Scout, but this is how I do it. I'm sure this is technically not an accurate camping type knot. This is how I do it, and it's always worked. So I just take these 2 ends. You see that? I pinch it together. Try to get this untwisted so you can see. Take this over, put it back through, up under, boom. Basic slip knot. The reason I do it this way is because A, it's never given me a problem, and B, it is very easy to take that knot out when you want to pack everything up. As far as weather and water resistance, this seems like it's a great tent. It's got everything you would want in a tent. You got your mat that you can put down in front so that you don't drag whatever ground you're walking on into the tent. And basically to put this down, you're just staking it down in the 4 corners in front of the tent so that you have somewhere to step before you go into it and drag all the pine needles or whatever it is that you're camping on into the tent. Of course, you have your tie downs for all your doors and windows, and these windows zip from both inside and outside, so you can access the inside and the outside panel from both inside and outside the tent. So you've got mesh window in the front. If you wanted to have a window open without having the door open, you could. So there's a lot of ventilation in this tent. There's ventilation on this side, there's ventilation on this side, and there's ventilation behind me there. And in addition, the whole top is ventilated as well. So if you didn't have that Rainfly on, you could actually look up and see the sky. They even have a little pocket over here that you can put stuff in if you need to. Realistically, you could sleep 2 to 4 people in here now. 2 people would be real comfortable. 3 people might even be comfortable. 4 people, you're getting a little squished at that point, but you could definitely get them in here. I would definitely give this tent an A+ for ease of use. I've seen some pretty easy tailgating tents. I've even seen some pretty easy gazebo type tents for covering food at picnics, but I've never seen a tent that you could actually camp in that was quite this easy. If you're a novice and you're intimidated by the whole tent setup thing, this is the one for you for sure. If there even is such a thing as being simpler than putting it up, it's taking it down, because again, there's only that one pole. Everything else is going to clip off and pack right back up. So this is the only pole you're going to have to take out. Kind of a tip here too, if you remember those little knots that I told you about, leave them on this part for next time. You don't need to take that off there. You can just pack up the stakes. All you have to do is unclip everything that you clipped on there in the first place, unstake what you staked in the ground in the first place. Like I said, I leave the guy ropes on. I just think it's easier so that next time you don't have to put them on. You really just have to make it small enough to go back in the case, which it's not that hard to do, even with the guy ropes and everything attached. I just think it's a whole lot easier to handle. Kind of the exact opposite of the way we started. So you just press that button. It's never lost on me when something is as easy to pack back up as it was to take it out and put up, especially with tents. Goes back into the case very nicely with no problem. Anyway, whether you're a novice camper or whether you're an old pro and you're just over the hassle of putting up the tent, this is a great option. It's definitely worth taking a look at. I'll link it down below in the description. That's an affiliate link. It helps me out at no extra cost to you. I really appreciate it when you use it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.